Solid.
All right, people. Welcome to the podcast. It's your boy Philly Mar.
This is Charles.
Just, just
Hey, listen, I'm a guest. You can call me a guest. This is that's my bro right there. You call me Charles, Chuck, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, just don't call me Pop Out. That's all. You know. In case you're wondering, Pop Out, the back history of that or the backstory. That's the name they call me in the house. They call me Pop Out. So they say I look like an old man.
They're not wrong about that. I don't think the audience is, but
well, I was just giving it just in case y'all wondered. Why do you say don't call him Pop Out? But
all right. So we were just discussing earlier about our predictions for Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU. So with Black Widow just being released and Shang-Chi, and then we had the Eternals. We had the Eternals. What? Today's Saturday already. Oh wow.
Yeah, Eternals came out yesterday, but yeah.
Time flies real fast, man.
Yeah.
But so we're racing through 2021 already, just like that. So we already got Loki, Wandavision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, What If out the way, the movie products. So was in a couple.
Which were all amazing, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. I say what blew me away the most. I'm gonna have to say my expectations for WandaVision were extremely high, but I'm gonna say Loki gave me all that.
Yeah.
And a whole lot more of my expectations for WandaVision. I think man, that opened so much for the next phase of Marvel and beyond.
Loki was the top one. I think I loved I liked WandaVision. WandaVision was cool. I didn't like the how they did Quicksilver. That was definitely disappointing. But Loki was definitely the best. The soundtrack and all that. Like Loki had me grabbing my seat on every scene. Like no lie, I really liked Loki.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Loki had to be the most complete out of each of the shows. I'm gonna say WandaVision. It left a little bit of meat on the bones. But, But I think for if we went into watching WandaVision without any fan expectation, I think that we could say that WandaVision would I won't say easily, but that probably could squeak into a lot of people's number one, especially with what kind of took me away was the Agatha All Along, the little jingle that actually kind of it sounds kind of silly, but that actually kind of pulled me into it even more. I liked how they set it up as it was unique, like a sitcom, pretty much. Basically watching a superhero.
Yeah, I like the vibe. Exactly, they were just like paying homage to the sitcoms, and while at the same time showing how powerful Wanda, how she mentally was like deteriorating. Like she lost vision. She lost her brother, and after Infinity War, just so much happened. So she wanted to make this own world that she wanted to live in. So it was definitely a crazy TV series.
Yeah, I think that pulling away so much from the House of M storyline, I thought that was pretty good. That Marvel did a story that was kind of mutant based, but without mutants.
Remember when a guy climbed up the beehive guy? So when he opened up the sewer, and she said, "No."
Oh yeah.
Oh, I felt the vibe. Like, more mutants. Yeah. I said, "Go ahead and say it."
Yeah, I kind of got that vibe too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of gave me a little bit of a chill. It let me know that I kind of felt like I was like, man, everything. It's obviously everything wasn't what it seemed, but it was like it gave you just a glimpse of how powerful she was, just able to speak into existence what she wanted.
And remove everything else.
Yeah.
And they say Captain Marvel is the most powerful.
Yeah, I don't really feel the agenda that she should be the most powerful. I see that they're giving her the feats of the traits of a most powerful character, but I feel like they rushed it.
Exactly. Here's my grace with Captain Marvel. he thinks I'm sexist sometimes. That's not true.
He is.
It's occasionally. Anyways, here's my gripe with her. It's not that. It's not the character herself. The problem that they did with the character is they basically forced her. You know, they're trying to force her at least to like her, or like trying to put her in a status, you know, that she doesn't even deserve to be in. Like, for example, Kevin Feige just said on one of the interviews that, you know, earlier interviews when they were making Captain Marvel, that she would be the most powerful Avenger, like out of nowhere. And the problem was that is that you just can't say that. You know, you have to have feats to back it up. You got to make her work her way up. Scarlet Witch, we see how she started out. Her character was built up film after film, and even a TV show, and she earned her right, you know, to be the most powerful. You know, plus she is in the comics, but you know they just threw Captain Marvel at us, you know, and it's like they're trying to make her a Superman, in the Marvel universe, like how Superman was in the Justice League films, you know, well in the Justice League film. When Superman came to the rescue, the Justice League was useless, you know, and that defeated the whole point of the film. Same with Captain Marvel. I felt that her appearance in Endgame ruined everything.
Yeah, I did feel that Captain Marvel feels kind of forced in the midst of how all the other Avengers, they were built up through multiple movies. It's not like they just had one movie and then it was like, oh wow, Thor's the all-manly, the most powerful. Yeah. Hulk's the most powerful. You know, you already kind of get that vibe, you know, from their story progressing, and it keeps you guessing. But if we were told that Captain Marvel was going to be the most powerful character, it's not like, you know, the films didn't keep us guessing as to that she had the possibility of being more powerful than Hulk. More powerful than Thor.
And here's the thing. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say that we were told that. So yeah, it wasn't up to us at all.
And I heard that the Russo brothers, and they don't like to make overpowered characters, and that I think that when people making MCU films, and this is not just the Russo brothers, they like the characters in the comics. Their counterparts are more powerful. Like Hulk is way stronger in the comics than he is in the MCU. Same with Thor. Scarlet Witch is like even now, but the thing is, if y'all don't like making overpowered characters, why did y'all make Captain Marvel overpowered? I mean, if you see her film, she literally flying at light speed. She was doing everything by herself. I will say that if Thanos didn't have the Infinity Gauntlet, if he didn't have that Power Stone, she would have beat him. I only say that because she was causing damage to him, and she even broke his fingers if I was looking at it correctly, and he was struggling. So it was like, oh, she could do this by herself. You know, she doesn't really need help, and in a sense, she was just doing things that put her in the class that you can clearly tell she was powerful than the rest of the Avengers. So if you don't like making overpowered characters, you know, why did you make her overpowered? And here's the thing, I'm all for female empowerment. I don't see, this is where I don't want to say I'm not sexist. I'm not saying she's a female, she shouldn't be this powerful. I'm all for it. It's just that if you're going to make these female characters so powerful, don't make the male characters underpowered. If you're going to make, yeah, exactly, facts. If you're going to make Captain Marvel one of the most powerful Avengers, don't let Thor lose to Thanos with only 2 punches, while Captain Marvel was able to hold him down. And this was Thor with Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. And same with Hulk. Don't let Hulk lose to, like, I'm a Hulk fan, by the way. I'm a hardcore Hulk fan. Our fellow Hulk fans, we understand with the MCU Hulk. I have nothing to do with him.
Rest in peace, Norman.
Exactly. Edward Norton. Yeah. I don't stand by the MCU Hulk until he's doing some justice.
He hasn't been done justice since 2008.
Terrible. Yeah, exactly. Facts. I mean, I like the 2012 one, but after that, it just went. 2000 Age of Ultron was promising. Ragnarok, I didn't really like the comedy, but I was like, oh, this is gonna get somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like really with Ragnarok, what they did with Hulk and Ragnarok, it just felt. it felt like they deteriorated his intelligence.
Exactly.
Because I'm all for a Hulk that talks, but because that's the Hulk. That you read the comics. He's
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 and here's the thing. For one, I like Ragnarok Hulk more than Endgame Hulk. I think everybody did because at least he still did smashing.
Yeah.
The PhD. That's your thinking. PhD Hulk in Endgame didn't do jack except snap his fingers. Yeah. And they want us Hulk fans to be satisfied with that.
Yeah, I was not feeling that at all because I feel like in that case scenario, that's not just that's more so the deterioration how they value Bruce Banner. That I'm like, how do you have this man joking and laughing? It's just like
everybody is depressed. They're going through so much tragedy. Half of the world has got disappeared. We have the most depressed character. When you understand Bruce Banner's story, I mean, you have to read. The Hulk is more just about smashing. It's so many layers to the Incredible Hulk, to the concept of the character, to Bruce Banner, all that. Yeah. They literally turned this dude into strength.
Yeah, tell me if this sounds familiar though too. Hey kids.
Hey, Sophie, bro. Yeah, when he dead. Yeah. Oh my goodness! I was like, that's it.
They made him into a dad joke here.
That's not the Hulk. I don't validate that. That's not Hulk.
I know he seemed like somebody. I'd rather have him do my taxes.
Yes. Hey man, can you do my taxes for me? Yeah, that's I don't have nothing to do with the MCU Hulk.
And so many opportunities they had to let him cut loose a little bit. Like when he went to, we could start off with when he went to New Asgard to visit Thor and recruit him. That Thor grabbing his arm. Instead of him saying one time politely, please let go of my arm. That could have been a little opportunity. It could have showed a little bit of him losing it out. Him losing a little bit more control, and then if he snapped after he saw Nat die when Black Widow died.
That opportunity. That's the three opportunities I was thinking of. The Natasha dying, the Infinity Gauntlet snap, and holding up the Avengers HQ.
Yeah,
first of all, it was the gauntlet was emitting a ton of gamma radiation. I don't know what made the Russo brothers and the writers think that too much gamma radiation can hurt the Hulk. Clearly, they never picked up a Hulk comic. I'm just being honest. Yeah. Where more gamma radiation is like giving Superman more sun energy. He would just get more powerful and powerful, or give him more solar energy. So, anyways, they messed that up, and then his arm got burnt. And not only that, the Russo brothers said it was permanent. They were like, if Thanos wasn't supposed to heal from him, then Hulk can't. First of all, Hulk has
the superior
healing factor. Just because you're the most powerful character doesn't mean you have every other character's powers. Magneto can beat Wolverine, but can Magneto heal? No. That's the same thing that applies to Hulk and Thanos. Hulk can regrow his limbs back. He can heal. He healed from being a skeleton in the comics. That you don't apply that type of logic just because since Thanos can't heal, Hulk can. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, because Thanos he's got his healing factor. He's got a solid one, but he's nowhere near nobody. I argue even Wolverine.
No, he's just extremely durable. It's hard as heck that hurt him.
Yeah. I really just argue that Hulk his in all comics Deadpool, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Anybody, etc. I say that Hulk's healing factor is knocks everybody off by far.
I agree. I think him and Deadpool's like neck and neck. But Deadpool's like a copy character. But I think Deadpool and him is like neck and neck. But Hulk's healing factor is way past Wolverine's. Yeah. I mean, it was one comic. Remember when he was eaten alive by the bugs?
Oh yeah.
And he grew back, and then you got Mortal Hulk. That was a great series. I mean,
it's Green Silk Carson. I always I
love that. Yeah, and it was a scene in Planet Hulk. Well, not a scene. It was a part in Planet Hulk. One of the pages after he defeated the Red King. What were they called? The things that was killing the natives, the people.
Oh man, I can't.
We gonna call them bed bugs. It was these bed bugs that was biting on Hawk arm because they had to feed on something. Because basically he won the war, he freed everybody, but these bed bugs still had to feed. Yeah, spikes. Yeah, they still had to feed off people. So Hawk volunteered to let them feed off of him, and they were doing it like every night. They were feeding off of him, and you just saw them eating his arm, feeding, but his healing factor allowed him to keep regrowing. So I mean, like that's just. There's so much to this character. You got so many personas, and the Hulk was completely ruined. You know, they'll definitely have to do more research. And it's rumors about a World War Hulk film, which I'm interested to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm hoping that that's the only way they could do him justice is if they gotta really making him the villain. It's the only way that you could really redeem.
Because him as a hero sucks. And
and remember, this is coming from two guys who like the Hulk.
We love the Hulk, bro. Not the MCU no more, but we love the Hulk. And it was one scene in Endgame where he went against what's her name? This Doctor Strange teacher.
Oh, the ancient one. Yeah.
The ancient one, where she pushed Banner out the body. Now the writers could have been a perfect time to see the split personality between the Hulk and Banner, because they can operate without one another. Once you take Banner out of Hulk's body, it's just Hulk. We saw that in Hulk versus Loki, the movie, the film.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Hulk versus Thor. Sorry, I said Hulk versus Loki. Yeah. But what they do, they just turned into another comedic joke. Had the Hulk sitting there with a head over his head. They completely ruined the character.
Yeah. That is one of the many opportunities that they really should have capitalized on. The MCU as good. Because, it's not really us bashing the MCU, but it's us giving constructive criticism. You could say that how it's so many missed opportunities to, further Banner's story.
Exactly.
Because it seems that, like, the Hulk, Banner, they're just used to further other people's stories.
Let's use the Hulk to see how strong Thanos is. Let's use the Hulk to see how strong Thor is. It's like a never-ending thing. And the thing with the character is... lost my train of thought. What was I getting ready to say? Is that the Hulk? Well, yeah, I actually lost my train of thought. I was going to say he's more to that. He's more than a one-dimensional character. Not just a punch bag. He does more. He has more abilities. I mean, they're not treating him as serious because I guess they don't fully have the rights, so they just see him as a side character. But man, it was a time when the first Avengers came out, and when those eyes turned green. I mean, the whole movie theater, I remember I was like a kid, I was only 12. When those eyes turned green, the whole movie theater was like, uh-oh. Yeah. I mean, when the Hulk came on screen, you feared the Hulk. You knew stuff was getting ready to go down.
Yeah, because, I always remember growing up, I always thought about, what inspired me was someone like the Hulk, being as, and then, look, like, he always brought the thunder, the excitement in the movies, but, I think I blame some of this also on the so-called toxic masculinity.
That's what it is, and that's what they did. That brings me back all the way back to the Captain Marvel problem. This is what they're doing. They take I don't know what that word hiccup was, but disregard that. Yeah. But they take our powerful, strong male characters and turn them into jokes. They turn Thor into a fat slob. Now I love the depression idea because Thor literally lost everything in the MCU. He lost Asgard. He lost his people. He lost his brother, his mother, his father. Got beat to a pulp. Had the chance to end Thanos, but didn't because of his cockiness and wanted to rub it in his face. So then he lost that battle in half of the world, the universe. He could have saved half of the universe if he just went for the head. So I understand that. I still didn't like the way they kind of went with it because they just turned into a fat jokester. Yeah,
and they really went too far with that. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. Yeah. I agree, bro.
Yeah, I just felt that they ran away with that gag too much. Too far. Because it's like enough. It was kind of like enough is enough. Because exactly. Chris Hemsworth, he's a really funny actor, and he nails the role of Thor.
But some movies, it's nothing wrong with Thor having a serious moment, and I feel like they ruined that. And that's the same with Hulk. They turned him into a soft cookie. They turned these powerful male characters into softness characters.
And I think as bad as like what happened with Hulk, I say arguably the person who kind of lost I lost some respect in a sense for was Nick Fury.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh man,
Same way as shelving him off. I mean, remember Winter Soldier, the story of his eyes?
Yeah.
When he lifted up the patch.
Last time I trusted someone, I
lost an eye. I mean, that was like a deep meaning. Like we were all thinking, I wonder what happened. Yeah. They could have done so much from that. Yeah. And what did they show? A cat scratching his eye on Captain Marvel.
I don't care if you call it a flare can. It was a cat.
it was the most stupidest idea. And in a sense, that's what they did to what's the word I'm trying to find to well, I'm gonna say amputate. This is what they did to amputate Nick Fury's character. Cut him up, cut him off. Apparently he's too toxic. Oh, we don't need strong men. We need weak men and strong women. I just feel like that's what the vibe was. Like, I love these female characters, and making them powerful is good, but don't make the strong characters weak. If you're gonna make the female characters as powerful, you're gonna make Captain Marvel be able to move planets, fight entities, and all that.
Don't do it at the expense of
don't make Thor not be able to take a couple hits from Thanos, or Hulk not be able to lift a couple of the buildings. Show their true potential too. You're going to show these characters true potential. Kevin Feige, if you're going to make Captain Marvel the most powerful Avenger, listen, get my man Hulk. Say, hey, listen, show the Hulk's true potential. Show Thor's true potential. Yeah. And that's why I didn't like Endgame. It just it was kind of like a comedic. It didn't have the seriousness as it did in Infinity War. I loved Infinity War. As bad as it was to see Hulk get beat to a pulp, I loved it. And the expectations were so high because afterwards, how are these characters going to bounce back? Yeah. And then the first couple hours of Endgame was just joking, cracking, Hulk being struck, Thor running around, people planning stuff, and not enough urgency or nothing. And then to top it all, like I said, you had these two powerful characters. Just Hulk was literally a side character.
Yeah, it really feels like it's an Avengers movie, but it always feels like Iron Man and Captain America movie.
That's what we say is biased, bro. That film is biased. They made sure Iron Man got all his moments. The suits, the upgrades, the sacrifice. They made sure Captain America got all his moments. Lifting Mjolnir, his shield, going back, having a happily ever ending.
And what did Bruce Banner
get? Bruce Banner get?
He just
got the finger snap. Oh, I lost my arm. Oh, and then the rest of the battle. Oh my God! This is Endgame. This is the final film of all the original Avengers. You telling me this is the perfect time for the Incredible Hulk to get his shine? This is the perfect scene. Y'all can have. I didn't even ask for y'all to have Hulk beat Thanos. Just give him a little couple throws because I understand the character. Thanos is not supposed to be beat by one person. And if he can't fight Thanos, have him destroy his ship or something. This is the final moment. You do not leave the Incredible Hulk, whose main concept is to smash and punch anything that gets in his way. You do not leave him out of the final battle. Yeah, are you kidding me?
Yeah, because it's basically like he was just the Avengers IT guy.
Exactly. And they said, well, he snapped it, bro. Don't nobody care about that. That's what the non-Hulk fans say. Yeah, well, he still did something. He still snapped. Y'all want too much.
Yeah, because it's like, well, it's like everybody else, they all had their shine. And
exactly.
In both of the movies, or at least in one movie or the other, he had nothing in either movie. He was a punk in Hulk was the punk in the Infinity War. Then Banner was the goofball in Endgame. It was no true balance.
Yeah, and I mean, all right. Let's say that the Hulk, it was getting repetitive. They say the Hulk was smashed every end of Avengers film, which it wasn't. Every end of Avengers film is always Hulk smashed. They wanted to try something different. Okay, let's do this. Let's say at the end, let's say Avengers Endgame. Iron Man doesn't wear the suit at all. All he does is help Bill's attack. He helped makes his snap, but he doesn't wear the suit at all. Captain America doesn't use the shield or picks up Mjolnir, but he helps leads a team. He leads them out by talking to them, doing strategy, but he doesn't use his shield at all. What would the fans be saying? Oh, where's Captain America at? Why isn't he using his shield? Where's his shield at?
That's how he's going to end his story.
But isn't it repetitive? He was using his shield all the other films.
Yeah.
You can't use that logic. The basic concept of Hulk is his abilities are to smash. Now, if you do it the same way, that's repetitive. That's when you switch it up. Have him, destroy things in different ways. He could have fought Thanos instead of Captain Marvel destroying the ship. He could have destroyed the ship. He could have went World Breaker and lift up the building. He could have been with the Big Four and throwing hands.
Yeah, I'm like, I hate when he gets excluded from the Big Three because I feel like it was an opportunity to have, the core four.
Listen, I could have been an opportunity when Thor was getting ready to kill, when Thanos was getting ready to kill Thor by pushing Stormbreaker. Now Hulk could have came in and jumped in and gave him a little 2-piece and hold them off for I think of like a quick couple minutes until the rest of the team come or something.
Yeah, I think it would make sense for Hulk to at least in some shape or form. I feel like at the end of the day, he's just going to meet his redemption story.
Yeah, he is, and that's just to wrap that up. Hulk is not the Hulk was underused and terribly, and just to wrap the whole idea going all the way back. The problem with the MCU is that if you're making the female characters so powerful, don't drown your male characters and castrate them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tear their manliness off and have them be weak and all that. No, leave them at their power too. I like in the Thor What If series, if he had Captain Marvel, when him and Thor and Captain Marvel was fighting, they both was fighting at full power. I liked it.
Yeah.
And they didn't cater to one side. Because Thor's the god of thunder. She's strong. It was like, all right, we're going to have her go up against a strong male character as a strong female character. These are two strong superheroes. So it was only right. And I also don't like this idea. I'm sorry, one more note about Captain Marvel. Her leading the Avengers, and like I already said, they're literally making her Superman. I mean, it's so forced. I'm sorry, you can just tell.
Yeah, it is.
You can tell she's a female. She stands for all. She's the... I'm not being sexist.
Yeah,
it's so hard. It sounds like it, but
sounds like it, but it's being realistic.
Yeah, it's so forced. Out of all the other people, Bucky could have been the leader. I heard that she was being the leader of the Avengers, and I feel like Bucky should be the leader. Yeah.
Only reason why I feel Bucky is.
No, not Bucky. Sam. Thank you,
Sam.
Not Bucky. Yeah.
I feel like even at this rate, if Bucky was leader without not the public leader, but just like voice indoors, since his experience in wars, but someone to be the face of the Avengers still is. Sam makes the most logical sense. Besides, if Hawkeye wanted to be a leader from the sidelines, but obviously Clint, he's retiring.
And that's my fear for the MCU. They're gonna make Captain Marvel like a Superman sorts. Like when everything's about to fall apart, she comes in at the last minute and saves everybody, and then saves the day.
Because they try and make her unbeatable. But
exactly.
I feel that
and that's the problem too. In her film, she literally didn't have no weak moments. Like in a Superman film, he might struggle mentally against something, or he might struggle physically. It's better when you struggle physically because it shows that the character has to exert energy and he has to use all his power. Like if you have a Superman fight Darkseid or something, or when you having what's another example? But you get the concept. It's that if you're gonna show this hero, you have to show that this hero can be killed and beat because that raises the stakes.
Yeah, like because Hawk, just like with the Thanos example, Hawk,
exactly.
Pretty much anybody going against any powerful character going against
Thanos,
I argue even Shazam versus Black Adam. That's someone that has to
exactly. And let's keep this straight, bro. If they did Thanos, I heard in the comics, Thanos is like
a beast.
I mean, like I'm a Hulk fan, and I think Hulk can't beat him by himself. I think he could give him a couple good punches, but Thanos is like a beast.
Thanos, he had him on a leash for a
reason. Oh my goodness, that still hurts.
Yeah.
And Captain Marvel, he swatted her like a fly, if I can remember. I mean,
if you don't know what we're talking about, check out that comic.
Yeah. What's the comic? Which one? You talking about the leash?
We're gonna leave it in the description.
Oh, all right, cool. All right, I'm new to this, y'all. Bear with me. But I think that Bucky. I keep saying Bucky. Sam should be the leader, and I think they need to do better at power leveling their scaling their characters. They shouldn't make one character superior to the other. You know, everybody have to have a strength somewhere.
Now you see who yeah, the other Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, well, Captain Marvel #2, original female Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah,
now, I'm looking forward to her. In the
Avengers most definitely. Yeah. I haven't really read much of her, but when I did some research and saw what she could do, I was like, yo, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, check out the Ultimates comics. I mean, I sound like I'm marketing Marvel comics right now, but but yeah, she's always been one of my favorite characters. I felt her relationship with Adam Brasher. Blue Marvel, who's another Marvel who needs to come into films.
Most definitely.
He's going to lead into another point that I want to make. But, yeah, their relationship is kind of weird, but in a sense. But I feel that she once was one of the most powerful characters in comics, and she was the leader of the Avengers at a point. So I think it would be nice to the way that they're developing her. They develop her episodically in Wandavision, to put her in a place where it's like kind of relatable. Her story with her mom losing her, and I really can't wait to see what kind of resentment that we were alluded to that she owes for Carol and the Marvel movies that coming out. Is Captain Marvel 2, The Marvels. I can't wait to see what if Blue Marvel is going to get some sort of mention on that. I think Sentry also is somebody too I want to see in the Marvel movie coming up. I think he would work good as a villain. You need somebody who's powerful enough to really for them to have a struggle against, like how we were talking about earlier. Even if you
if they're making a World War Hulk film, they'll definitely have to put Sentry. They'll have to find some way to fit Sentry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? It would make sense if they did like a twist, like him being if they did a twist, with him being somebody who they were experimenting on with the super soldier serum with, like how in the comics that how he got his powers. That if they did that, the one person who they had to be able to stop the Hulk, they sent him after the Hulk. They fight to a standstill, kind of like mimicking that panel.
Okay, all right, got you. Yeah, that's actually that's a neat idea. You may have to put you in that room.
Yeah.
Never thought of it that way.
They need somebody with a brain in there.
Yeah. You ain't kidding. Somebody with knowledge on the Hulk. What you think about Spider-Man?
No Way Home. Man,
maybe won't happen, bro.
That trailer is sick. All right, so I feel like that movie. It's I'm hoping that WandaVision, the excitement and theories, that I think all of us had for it, and our expectations, not all of them were met, and it kind of brought down the excitement from the level where it originally was. I think No Way Home is going to excel. They're going to include Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield's versions of Spider-Man in it. The nods to the Sinister Six villains stuff, I think is pretty neat too. The Morbius trailer too. Morbius, when that comes out, I can't wait to see that movie.
I didn't even watch the trailer yet. I have to watch the trailer.
Yeah, but the Vulture, he was from same Vulture from Homecoming. He was in that trailer. So,
yeah, man, you basically named it all. I'm looking forward to it. I just hope it's about Peter Parker. No more. You already know my gripe with this.
No more Stark.
Yeah, 2.0. Yeah, exactly. I'm not looking for Iron Man 2.0. I just hope this is a story about Peter focusing on his way, his responsibility, his life. Yeah. We heard enough of Tony Stark. I swear one of these villains is hunting him because of Tony Stark. Right? No.
It's basically like move over King 2.0.
Exactly.
It's like he's replacing Iron Lad.
Yeah.
Iron Lad. In case you once again, that's man. It's Marvel. You need to hire me. That if you don't know what I'm talking about, that reference, Iron Lad, go check out Marvel comic, and we'll talk about that. But
yeah, he got to step out of Tony's shadow.
Yeah, I really feel like he's become nothing but a Tony Stark 2.0 really in the MCU.
This is about Mr. Stark. Yeah.
He was too reliable. Too reliable. Cause I don't mind him being a fan of Iron Man, and being in the comics he always kind of looked up to him in a sense, but he was never truly dependent on him. Like he needed him to make him a better hero.
Exactly.
But they made him way too reliant on Iron Man's technology, and I get that you want to do something different. Change up from what we've seen on this big screen before in the comic books, but I really think that you need to make a really effective Spider-Man story that everybody's gonna love. It has to start with Peter Parker being Peter Parker and with his humble upbringing, because I think that's how you really make the best Spider-Man stories. But I wonder if Miles Morales, you think he's gonna be in that film? We saw his uncle in the Homecoming.
I'm not sure. I think it's slightly too early, but maybe not. Maybe he'll make a cameo appearance or end credit scene.
Yeah,
I think with Spider-Man needs to be a little bit more mature.
Yeah, I think.
To step in.
Yeah, because it would make sense if since they show his uncle in the MCU canon, but if they show in a different universe, maybe the Tobey Maguire universe
because he's not even out of high school yet.
Yeah, because Peter in our universe, our universe, MCU. Depends on what you say.
Get what you're saying. Yeah,
MCU timeline. He can't even mentor himself really right now. He's not in that place.
Yeah,
he's still learning on the job right now. But I think if they showed Prowler and the in Homecoming, but I wonder if Miles Morales, if they show him in anybody's universe, maybe potentially replacing him Peter Parker, it makes sense. If it's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, give him the proper send off too. Give him an heir to replace him.
Yeah, we still waiting for that Spider-Man 4. This could be the time to close the chapter.
Yeah,
so if he comes out, bro, that crowd gonna go crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy. You see, I'm gonna do Michael Jackson.
Listen, everybody, I'm losing my mind. Like, yo, they actually did it.
Yeah,
get emotional.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
through the train holes.
That actually you mentioning that train holding scene though actually made me think. So which feat do you think it was more impressive? Do you think Tom Holland's Spider-Man holding the ferry boat together was more impressive, or do you think the train scene was more impressive?
The train scene, because if I remember, didn't Iron Man help him?
He eventually. Iron Man did eventually step in and help him to. But I think it did take on Tom's effort. It did take a lot of effort to. But
I wasn't keeping most. I think the train, man, the way he. It's just so nostalgic, and also again past nostalgic, just the feat. I just felt it was greater because he literally had to stop that whole train. Yeah, just him.
Yeah, because I was also thinking that might be that could be more impressive for the fact that he didn't have the aid of any the extra enhanced weapons that Tony would have probably created,
and he didn't have the mass guidance or nothing. He had to do all that, and it was no Thor to help him, no Tony Stark to help him, no Hulk to help him. It was just him. If that train fell, everybody would have died. So
no robots, just one man,
and pure strength. That scene, that holds it.
That's Spider-Man. That's Spider-Man right there.
Exactly.
That's why. That's why all you people out there who are like, man, why these guys? Why does everybody like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man so much? It's because he's the most complete Peter Parker Spider-Man character. He's not just Spider-Man. Spider-Man isn't the most important aspect of his character. Peter Parker and his humble beginning working his way up.
I know y'all be sleeping on Andrew Garfield too. I feel like Andrew Garfield did a good Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
I feel like Andrew Garfield, his Peter Parker was kind of a little too cool for.
Slightly, yeah.
I think besides that, he had the comedy and the
comedy, the Spider-Man mimics and all that. Oh, he was doing it. He nailed those. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, that if I'm giving my complete honest judgment on the 3 Spider-Man, I'm gonna say what the best quality of each of them is that Tobey Maguire, like I said, he's the best Peter Parker by far. Yeah. He's I believe that he just nails that geeky personality. And the lighthearted personality.
Exactly. Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, what he makes me think of in Spider-Man, his best aspect is in costume. He's got the quips.
And all that. Yeah.
The suit, especially the second movie, the suit was better.
I like alright, this is unpopular opinion. I love the first suit. That's my favorite Spider-Man suit. Well, so yeah, one of my favorites, top favorites. I don't know. I just love the way I know it was one of his homemade suits, and I don't know. It just got like a certain vibe I dug.
You talking about Andrew Garfield's first suit?
Yeah, on Amazing Spider-Man one, the first one.
I think his second suit was better.
Yeah, I don't know. His second suit, his head looked too big in it. He just like big googly eyes. The first suit just, I don't know. Just I like.
I guess agree to disagree. But I guess it works up. But I don't know. But I feel like his in costume Spider-Man antics. Will you agree though that he probably has to, at least between him and Toby, that him and Spider-Man costume, that he makes a better Spider-Man, but Toby is a better Peter Parker.
I agree. Toby fit the role like how a Clark Kent should be and the difference between Clark Kent and Superman.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it is with Peter Parker and Spider-Man. He had the looks, the goofiness, and all that. I do think Andrew Garfield was slightly too cool.
Yeah, I think his Peter Parker a little too cool at times, but I feel like the person who I feel like Tom Holland is a good balance of both of them. And
Peter Stark. I mean his Peter Parker. Sorry.
As long as they if Far From Home is anything to really look back on and be like, all right, this is foreshadowing of him officially being broken away from Tony Stark and the Iron Man mantra and all total. It's I'm gonna say he's the best mixture out of the two of them. You get a Peter Parker who's actually a teenager in high school. The others, they were like in their 20s, late 20s, mid 20s at the youngest. Playing Spider-Man, but you get Tom Holland in there. He started off as a teenager playing Peter Parker.
Fair.
He's his Spider-Man. He's got consistent jokes throughout the movie as both Peter and Spider-Man.
Right.
And
so yeah,
I think his suit is also pretty cool. Like the suit is the only thing that I feel is that how he got the iconic suit is I feel like we got cheap. We got the cheap way that Tony had to give him his iconic suit. Because I was like,
agree. Yeah.
I was like at first, him making the homemade suit that looked more like the
that does pay homage to his earlier suits.
Riley costume.
Yeah, that does agree. Yeah, that I like that suit, and I feel like it's too much CGI. Yeah, they gotta lower it. If they could. I mean, I understand we live in times where technology and all that advanced, but it's nothing wrong with going back to the basics. They can take the time to make a suit.
Yeah, I feel like the regular suits that he has that aren't the regular Spider-Man suits that he has in the new movies that aren't the Iron Spider-Man suits. I actually like those better. The regular spandex.
Yeah, I like the regular suit. I just feel like that suit shouldn't be. It's slightly too much CGI. It's just like it's some scenes in Far From Home. I was like, oh God, you can tell that's on computer graphics here.
I like that scene that he had with the Superior Spider-Man suit, that black and red color scheme that really the Doc Ock Spider-Man suit that he wore in the Superior Spider-Man comic book series. Once again, Marvel hired me. Check out that series.
Definitely hired the boy. He knows his stuff, yo.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say that I'm losing myself right here, man. I'm losing my thought.
Losing your train of thought.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll pick up after you. But basically, I think I hope No Way Home he steps out Tony shadows and start becoming actual Spider-Man, start learning things with self. Because here's the thing, MCU writers, Peter Parker is a very smart character.
Yeah.
The best portrayal of Spider-Man Peter Parker so far, I think that the even it both out is the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If y'all ever played it, y'all gotta buy that game though, y'all. If y'all don't have a PlayStation, buy a PlayStation. I don't care if you're an Xbox fan, buy a PlayStation and play Spider-Man PS4. That's the best, I won't say live adaptation because it's not a film, but in a sense, it's
got the best story.
Yeah, best story. So in a sense, it's a film that you just can control. But that was the best adaptation because not just the side of Spider-Man, but Peter Parker in that game, he creates his own tech. He solves most of the problems, and he still has the quips and all that and the quirkiness. So that was like one of the best adaptations of Spider-Man. But go back to say No Way Home. I just hope he finally starts, doing Peter Parker things. Not Stark is always going to be in his heart, because the MCU he was a father to Peter. He was a father figure. So I'm not saying take away the father figure, but just have Peter do his own little thing. With great power comes great responsibility. Have him hold that responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe in No Way Home we might see him wobble across a guy, a fat chubby guy who might encounters, entangles with another superhero from New York who wears a red color scheme.
I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yep. If you don't know what we're talking about, you're not in the know.
I'm actually looking forward to. I hope that happens.
Yeah,
I really hope that happens.
Yeah, I feel like we have this much of a chance, but I'm hoping that it gets that big.
Yeah.
I feel like
December got hurry up.
Yeah, because I feel like She-Hulk also might.
I was going to bring that up too.
I feel like She-Hulk, superhero defense lawyer, also. Her Matt Murdock. That's gonna be that's something to look out for. I'm open for No Way Home.
Exactly.
Man, one month right now. One month.
Everything's gonna go crazy. Man. What do you think about that She-Hulk series?
Man, I feel like it's got some potential as long as they don't make her look like a Hulk ripoff.
Oh God.
Man, I hate
my goodness, that was tough looking that day, bro.
I mean, it almost made me throw up, especially when she became Phoenix. It almost made me
not what we wanted. Yeah,
that almost made me
not what we wanted. I'm glad they listened to the fans. I heard they stopped.
Yeah, she's supposed to have a new series in January.
Good. They finally listened to the fans. Don't ever do that again.
Yeah,
listen. Don't take this toxic masculinity. Don't take it to another level. Yeah. That does not mean buff up your female superhero. They don't need to be that big to be that strong.
Yeah, because a female to make her look powerful and make her make her useful. She doesn't have to replace looking like a man in any type of feature. She could being a female, being herself. We appreciate that, and we can respect that. Especially if you want it to be platonically, we respect that platonically.
But she don't gotta make. Look, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, you don't gotta give her
chopper.
You don't gotta give her these cannons to.
He thinks he has them. And
what you talking about, brother?
But yeah, the She-Hulk series. I'm like you. I'm just because they say the Hulk gonna be on there, but they're not gonna do him no justice. I actually don't have no expectations for the Hulk in that series because it's supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah.
That right there off the bat tells you what's going on.
Because if her comic series, what I respect is that she kind of when she had her original comic series, she kind of was She was Deadpool before Deadpool with the fourth one.
I respect that. I'm not saying don't change her character, but
because it's more like what the comedy aspect. Hulk doesn't mix well with it.
Yeah, he doesn't.
At least you know what the state where he is and where he's at right now.
He's definitely going to mix well now that he's struck.
Yeah,
so I'm not looking for it as a Hulk fan. I hope they do She-Hulk well. She's a female. She's one of the. This sounds like a sexist statement, but I'm gonna say she's a female, so I know she's gonna do well. They're gonna make sure she gets out.
Everything. He was on. He was on a good roll the whole entire time. You know, he kept it straight.
They're gonna make sure she does well. Yeah. As far as the Hulk side, man, I don't know. He's World War Hulk. Gotta hurry up because I don't have no expectations for how they gonna do Hulk and She-Hulk. I mean, he's gonna be there, probably busting jokes. Just, I guess, I really hope they don't underpower him to a point. Yeah, I don't know.
I heard Betty Ross might be in it back.
Yeah, but it's gonna be so hard because it's.
I can't see her with him anymore because it's like Edward
especially
Norton
not Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, Edward Norton versus Mark Ruffalo. I feel that
it's hard. Yeah, I mean it went. He went.
It's like two completely different takes.
I mean, it's. I just can't. I can't see it, bro. I don't know how they're gonna do that.
It just feels so. It feels awkward, you know, thinking about that, man. But you know, I'm gonna try and keep this, you know, think about more of She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, yeah.
She-Hulk.
As far as She-Hulk, yeah, I'm interested. You know, because she is a comedic character and she's a lawyer.
Yeah, she's always been one of my favorite characters. Really, one of my favorite female characters. I'll say.
I don't know how the CGI is going to be on it.
I wanted to because you got.
You don't want it to look too cheesy.
Yeah, I don't want it to look overplayed.
Yeah.
But also, you can't really get away with painting her green like how Zoe Saldana did with Gamora. You can't really get away with it because you gotta also make her 7 feet. Yeah,
tall and muscular.
Unless you really just use the CGI to make her taller and and paint her green, but
or you just leave her green and short. He'll be tough, a little muscular. I mean, it's a little changes. Wolverine was 5'3" in the comics. Look at him, he's 6'1".
You're right. Hugh Jackman does over seeks the height theory.
Yeah. So I mean, then again, it would be odd. But it shouldn't be a dark green, like a light green. You know what I mean? Tall, 7 feet, and a light green.
Yeah,
because it's dark green, it just won't translate good.
Yeah,
but I think like a light green, tannish green. If she's tall, if she's definitely like 7 feet, then make her like a lightish greenish, like a light greenish color.
Yeah, I think that kind of sticks close to how she is in comics.
Not as green as a Eagles hat because it's not gonna look good on camera. I think so. Yeah.
I think because you know what I feel like good maybe like that Kelly greenish, but
I like the 1978 Hulk.
Yeah.
The color, not the looks.
Yeah.
Obviously the color. Yeah.
Cause you know what I feel like She-Hulk was at her best design wise. I think they did the best with probably about the 2000s. I think around the 2000s to 2012. I think about that time frame. That sounds the best She-Hulk design that they've had. But I think for now we're gonna give this video a wrap, and we'll
also I think Ray Hall's gonna be in there. That's it.
Oh yeah,
Ray Ross. Hopefully he'll take the tone up because Hall's gonna need somebody he can get his respect back. Anybody lower than Red Hulk, I'm even putting Abomination in there. He ain't gonna get no respect, bro.
Yeah, I know they put. They said Abomination gonna be in that. In that
if he struggles against Abomination, it just shows how weak he is.
But then again, Abomination. I didn't see Shang-Chi yet. We're about to watch Shang-Chi next week. So you best believe we're gonna probably have a review on that. But right now,
talk our comics off.
Yeah, I think so.
Our nerd comics and nerdy moment.
I think we did.
We did it, bro.
Moment of geek. Philly March and Chuck.
Chuck, yeah. Just call me Chuck.
We're out.
We out, bro. Peace out. Don't die, y'all.
Peace.